Okay, I've never heard that before. It said recording in progress. I don't know if you guys could hear that. That was really weird. Okay, so welcome to our advocate opportunity call. Thank you for joining us. I kind of want to just dive into this with a statistic that I think will kind of blow your mind. Actually, two statistics. So the green beauty industry, there's a lot of green products out there. And I feel like as a whole, not everybody, but a lot of people are moving towards that direction, right? And we're looking for a cleaner product. However, what's really cool, and I'm going to dive into this in just a little bit, is you think a product's clean until you dig into the ingredients and you really figure out that they don't tell you all the ingredients, or they use a generalized term for natural or whatever, and they consider it plant-based, but it's not plant-based when you really dig into it. So first of all, I want to give you a statistic. The green beauty industry is predicted to grow to $54 billion by 2027. That's insane. And the amount of growth that it's already had is insane. So really going back really quickly to talking about products that aren't clean. So we call it greenwashed because a lot of products, again, claim that they're clean, but you really have to be your own advocate in digging in to find out what's really clean. So the thing I love about Crunchy, so many things, but when I found this company back in December, it completely aligned with everything that I wanted in a company and products, because it's great to have a company with an awesome comp plan, with their mission and all the things that they do, but the products have to perform. And so when I found that, not only was the company and the mission behind what they do, eliminating toxins from our lives, eliminating plastic, doing things for the environment, just so many things as a whole in the green, kind of green industry, if you will, the products perform. The products perform in such a way that, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that anyone on this call would agree, and anyone who's tried the products would agree, that you won't find a product that performs at the rate that Crunchy does, as well as it being clean. So it's just awesome to be partnered with, again, a company that really, the third-party testing, some of you guys might know this, but we're vegan, gluten-free, eco-certified, which means that we're plastic positive. So our products are glass or paperboard. We're certified organic ingredients. We do third-party testing. So when you look into the pigments, like I have my makeup sitting here because I did a tutorial today, but like there's pigments in these products, because in order to get a product with color, right, you have to put a pigment in it, and we have third-party testing, so down to I don't even know what, but to where there's not heavy metals in our products, and everything's completely sourced and made in the USA. So bomb products, and then pair it with an amazing comp plan and an amazing business module, you really have an extreme unicorn opportunity. And another little statistic, 80% of women who make a six-figure income do it through network marketing. And not all network marketing companies are created equal. And I know that it gets a bad vibe. There's things that, people have this stigma about it, but I'm going to tell you right now that I've been in direct sales for 7 years, and I've never, ever I've seen a lot of things come and go. I've seen a lot of companies with ground floor opportunities. And I've never, ever seen a company with this kind of, again, mission business module to back these amazing bomb products. And so I really can't stress enough, just with the fact that the comp plan, and we're going to kind of talk a little bit more about that briefly. I don't want to go super in depth with that because we'll talk more about that in depth, but like later on, if you want more information. But it's truly remarkable when you can actually. So my number one thing, just going back to my story just a little bit, I'm not going to hone in on my story big time, but my goal was to always be home. I shouldn't say always, but my goal after I went into my dental hygiene career, I was a hygienist for 14 years. My goal was to be home with my kids. I didn't realize that that was even like a thing, or that was going to happen for me, or it could happen for me, or I even wanted it to happen. And then life phases, right? Change. Our lives change, things happen, and we grow, and we have different goals, and our visions change. And what happened was I realized that I wanted to be more present. I wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted to have a flexible schedule. So I was able to do that. I was able to come home. When I joined Crunchy, I was able to double the previous direct sales income that I had had. But what my biggest thing is I was able to do it, and I want to help other women do it too. I see so many amazing women, again, going through life phases, having kids, getting married, having kids, and then realizing that there's more to, there's just something missing, and realizing that maybe they have a bigger purpose. And so my mission has always been just to help women find their greater purpose, with just financially, confidence wise. And I'll be honest, when I dove into this, I know nothing about makeup and skincare. Like, wasn't like I'm like really good at makeup and I was like, this is completely like what I have always set out to do. No, it was actually completely not even on my radar. But what's really fun is being able to give women a product that most of us use some form of skincare and makeup, right? It's consumable. People use it. People like it. People want, again, a cleaner product. And when they try the products and they're over the moon with the products, which, like I said, people are, they love them. It's really fun to just give people something that makes them feel better, feel empowered. So the products, and then again, just with helping women achieve greatness within their family, financially, their future. And y'all, we never know, like we all went through this like pandemic, if you guys remember. We just went through it. And you just never know, right? What the future is going to hold. You never know what is going to happen, that you might need extra income. You might need something, you might want something, flexibility and just wiggle room in your budget. And it's really such a blessing to be able to have residual income and to be able to do things and not have to live paycheck to paycheck, which is what I did for so long. And I had credit card debt and things, and I don't have to struggle with that anymore. So I could go on and on, but I kind of wanted to share a few things that I hope that you kind of open your, I like to tell people, open your mindset. Like, if you couldn't fail, what would it look like for you? What could it look like for you? What could a greater purpose mean for you and your family and your future family 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road? Because, things are going to, I always tell my team, I'm like, and potential people that are thinking about jumping in, I'm like, either you're going to tell somebody about Crunchy, or somebody else is, because literally it's going to be a household name. We came out with our Littles bar, which is part of our Littles line that they're launching. Basically just removing toxins from our kids. They're vulnerable. They're so vulnerable with their systems, endocrine systems and reproductive systems, and just it interfering with infertility in the future. And I could go on. And it really breaks my heart when I see, things that are on the shelves for kids to use. And it's really, truly like it's toxic and it's terrible, and the chemicals behind it. And they really, exposure after exposure after exposure with our kids, and even with us, it really does cause problems. So that's a whole nother thing. But I want to turn it over to Constance. I want to turn it over to you and let you share a little bit about your story and anything else that's on your heart that you want to share.
Hi. First off, thank you, Tabitha, for inviting me on to talk. I appreciate you inviting me. I'm Constance, as you all probably heard Tabitha say. I joined Crunchy on January 14th. I was introduced to the opportunity by a good friend, Danielle, and she had kind of been talking to me about it. She knew that I was making some new changes in my lifestyle, with just the things I was eating and how I was moving my body. Over the last year, I've been on a weight loss journey where I've just been eating healthier, watching what I'm putting in my body, moving my body, working my body out, and just being good to it. And so in October, I had noticed I was having some issues with my scalp, and I found out a lot of it was because some of the crappy things that were in the shampoos and conditioners that I was using that was causing me to have all those issues. And so I kind of looked into some ingredients, and then I went to a cleaner line. And I thought, wow, like my scalp has been completely transformed. And so when I found out about these makeup products, I was kind of blown away because I didn't, and this is honest to God, I did not know that the things that we put on our face were full of so much toxic stuff. Like, I just didn't know. I just assumed that whatever they put on the market is safe for us to be able to wear. And so, working in nursing, I like research. And so I did my research and looked into it. But before anything, I was like, okay, I have to love this makeup. Like, I have to really like it. There's like things that were going to be a make or break for me. And so I tried some products and I fell in love. And so I thought, okay, this is too good to be true. So when I had signed on, I thought, you know what? Everyone loves a bargain. I wanted to sign on for the discount. I really hadn't planned on really at that time really selling like full blown. I was like, I'm just going to kind of wiggle my way and see how it goes. But after I used the products and like was looking into all the things I was learning about and how harmful all these things were, and then where the clean beauty way was going and what the market was going to look like 5 years from now, I was like, I would be insane if I did not join at a ground floor level opportunity. And so I jumped in, and it's been an amazing ride ever since. One thing I love about it, I have done direct sales one other time with a previous company, makeup company. And I worked my butt off, but even in my first month, I did not make nowhere near what I have made with Crunchy just in my first month. And so I want to point out and say that, not only is the product's amazing, but the comp plan is like, you just can't compete with it. And if you look at other comp plans, it's insane. So, but I want to say this. So I could not care about toxin-free beauty at all. Like, I could care less about what was in it, and I would still buy Crunchy products because that's how much I love the makeup. Like, I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. And so I just want to say that, because I know a lot of people are like, I don't care what's in my makeup, but fine. But if you want makeup that looks good, then you're going to use this stuff. So I just want to say that. But one thing I want to add to was that I'm I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a full-time student pursuing my master's. I have a lot of things going on. Baseball mom at its finest right now. So I'm a very busy woman. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing things, but I felt like there was something missing. I really, truly did. And so I struggled with that. And I always have told people over the past few months, I felt like this fell into my lap. It literally did. Like, it was like at the right time. It just filled this void I had. And so I got my makeup group back going, and I started talking to people about these products and how much I love them. And it's just been amazing ride ever since. Not only that, but I was able to reconnect with an old college friend from 10 years ago, Ashley, and just being able to have that friendship rekindle, and through Crunchy doing that. And then, it's just, I can't put into words what it's done for me. And just the amazing women that I've met along the way. Everyone needs a community, and you don't realize it until you don't have it, and then you have it. So I feel like that's all I was going to say. I know that was probably a lot, but that's just kind of where my heart was. I couldn't really write everything down I wanted to say. I just knew in my head, like, what I wanted to say and what I wanted to share. But I'm so thankful for what Crunchy has brought into my life and my heart. And I'm so excited to see where this takes me 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. I'm just smitten.
I love it. Awesome. And I just love whatever you share. I always say, whatever you share is exactly what, like, you were meant to share, because it was on your heart and it came out exactly how it's supposed to. So I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy, you want to go and share?
Sure. Okay. So Kathy Landecker, and I have been an advocate now since the end of February. So I just rounded out my 3rd month or so. So still pretty new. And little backstory on me is, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 little ones, 5 and under at home. Oh, my oldest actually just turned 6. So 6 and under at home. Military wife. And I also came from a previous, MLM direct sales situation that I had worked for 2 years. I had kind of stepped away just gradually because, I had my youngest who is now 15 months old. We moved, we had all these life things happening. And so gradually I just kind of stepped away. But, also in that, like I had, and this kind of piggybacks off of what Tabitha and, Constance were saying is like, I dove in head first. And, I never went, I kind of, it was my passion. It was fitness. That's something that I'm very, very passionate about. I never was in it for the business side of things. But I hustled, I showed up, I treated it like a business. And so kind of, I gradually stepped away. And when I started with Crunchy, I was not planning on doing direct sales at all whatsoever. Like I was not coming back to it. I started the last one for passion, for community and all that kind of stuff. And I just, gradually stepped away. But when this kind of hit me, showed up in my, Facebook feed, I was just kind of scrolling through and it popped up and it kind of just hit me in the face, to be honest, because I wasn't looking for it. But pretty much what Tabitha or Constance said is you really don't know what you're missing until you do. And the big thing for me and the reason that I pulled the trigger again was the community aspect. And, being a military wife, we pick up and we move every 3 years. And so being stay at home, and then of course, on top of that, the pandemic and, all these different factors that so many of us are dealing with, I didn't realize how like separated I was, how much I missed that connection. And then on top of it, like if you ever asked me what I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Like I was not career oriented. I was very much goal oriented, and I'm that kind of person. And I think that's why it's so successful. And I'm totally going to geek out on you, and I'm going to go into the business stuff because that's what I like. I like strategy. I like, planning in that kind of sense. But I did not come into it for that. I came in it for the community. And then I also realized that it kind of, like Constance said, it filled a void, something that I didn't realize that I was missing, or really didn't even realize that I wanted in the long run. Because again, I was never career oriented. And so when I came in 3 months ago, I fell in love. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with Crunchy, who I think as a company, I've never seen a company treat their advocates the way that Crunchy does. They truly, truly, truly do set you up for success. That we have what's called the Smart Start Plan. And this is where I'm going to dive into, and kind of geek out on you. But we have this business plan that when you come in, that Crunchy wants to set you up for success. And they're giving you this 4 to 5 month business plan to really hit the ground running. And they're setting these small, like very, very attainable goals. But ones, they're giving you these stepping stones to, like, if you hit these stepping stones, you're really going to move your business forward. But also you're going to feel good. Like I'm very much a goal setter. Like if somebody gives me a goal, I'm going to hit it. But when you hit it, you get that momentum and you just keep going and going. And I was blown away. They set you up for success, not only just kind of giving you the structure, which, oh, by the way, your first month is basically free. Like if you sign up on the 2nd of the month, that month doesn't count. You get the whole next month to really dive in. But they really set you up for success by giving you these different goals and benchmarks to hit. And then they reward you for them. Very hefty, I may say, because honestly, in my first month, I told you I was with my previous company for 2 years. And in my first month, I was able to beat the income that I was making at the end of 2 years with my previous business. Like I know each of us have kind of commented on the comp plan. And of course, we want to dive into that. So I highly recommend reaching out to your advocate so we can really kind of hone in and talk to you about it. But Crunchy has an incredible comp plan. And then on top of it, they really do set you up for success by giving you this business plan. And in the business plan, they're also creating a team. Like I mentioned that, coming in with Crunchy, the corporation in a whole, they treat their advocates incredibly. but also, you know, you're coming into an amazing team. You're coming into an incredible team of hardworking, motivated women that love to run alongside of each other, you know, set goals and, you know, just really push for it. But in Crunchy's business plan, they're also setting you up so that when you come in, you like, they're setting up the Smart Start plan so that your mentor is, you know, they're bettering their business also by helping you improve your business and really hit the ground running. And so I love that coming from, you know, I played team sports and I've always been a part of a team. And so having that additional like community aspect where your businesses are kind of tied together and, you know, you're running alongside of each other has really just lit like a passion, you know, inside of me. And again, something that I never thought that I was looking for. But like I said, you know, we would love to that. We don't want to hone in too much on like numbers and the specifics and all that kind of stuff. So if you would like to hear more about the Smart Start program or the compensation plan, then absolutely reach out to your advocate that invited you so that they can dive into it with you and really hone in on the specifics and share that with you. But that's what I got.
Yay. I love it. And you know, nobody wants to feel like they're joining a company where they're going to be alone. And I always say we're better together. So you're never going to be alone. And then, you know, you have an amazing team by you, but then also Crunchy giving you what Kathy said, like basically they're just setting you up for success with a guideline and tasks to do in order to create success from the get-go. But really quick, I wanted to just say, because I feel like I left this out, but there's only 4,000. I've been saying there's 5,000 advocates, but today I heard a new statistic that there's 4,000 advocates. And we're actually an elite team, which is amazing. And which we're in the top of the company and we're rising to the top. And so I just want to invite you guys to join us to really consider this. Because again, if you fast forward and you look at your life and you dig in and you jump in and you have fun, even if you don't know what you're doing, it's okay. Like we all still are like, sometimes we're like, what are we doing? But it's fun, right? Because you grow and you learn and you're better for it when you challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone and just really tap into your greater purpose. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you so much and we welcome you with open arms. Good night.